She was pregnant for 1 year. Ebere lay on her bed, gazing blankly at the ceiling as the weight of her anguish settled upon her like a thick fog. It was a year since she had last felt the gentle flutter of a life growing within her, and the silence echoed through her heart like a hollow drum. She recalled the joy that had once filled her spirit, a joy so vibrant, yet now the only thing that filled her mind was darkness, a brutal reminder of her struggle against the storms of life. Ebere, a stunning Igbo woman in her late 20s, Ebere embodies resilience and strength. Her deep brown eyes, once filled with hope, now carried shadows of despair. With skin that glowed like polished ebony, she was a woman who wore her independence like armor, refusing to let anyone undermine her self-worth. Mr. Ozo, Ebere's husband, a devoted man with a heart as big as the heavens. He was fiercely protective of Ebere, standing by her through thick and thin. He worked in construction company, pouring his sweat into building their dreams while always supporting his wife's ambition. Mrs. Ozo, Ebere's mother-in-law, sharp-tongued and relentless, she wore her disdain for Ebere like a crown. A woman of tradition, she envisioned a naive village girl who would be easier to control. She dislikes Ebere due to her strength and independence. Ugo, a village girl, the epitome of innocence, whom Mrs. Ozo often suggested to her son as a more suitable bride. Ugo was sweet, gentle and comfortable in her submission, making her the polar opposite of Ebere. As a young couple, Mr. Ozo and Ebere had faced countless challenges together, but none were as formidable as the animosity brewing in the heart of his mother. During their courtship, Mr. Ozo had brought Ebere home to meet his family after 2 loving years together. He had envisioned a joyful introduction, one filled with laughter and love. But Mrs. Ozo's reception felt more like a thunderstorm brewing on a sunny day. Ebere is not good enough for my son, she had hissed. Her words sharp and cold. She is too independent, too strong-willed for a woman. This contempt fueled a fire in Ebere's heart, igniting a determination to prove herself. But as the months turned into years, her marriage became a battleground, and Mrs. Ozo became a thorn in her flesh, tormenting her at every opportunity. The struggles begin. Ebere's battle were not only against Mrs. Ozo, but also against her own body. Their joyful marriage was overshadowed by heartbreak upon heartbreak. After 2 years of marriage, Ebere had finally conceived, only to lose the baby too soon. Like sand slipping through her fingers, each miscarriage felt like a dagger, tearing apart her soul. 3 miscarriages in total, each ending her hopes and dreams. Whispers started to slither through the community, like venomous snakes in the grass. People began to accuse her of having a spiritual husband. a phantom that tormented her with loss. Ebere felt the weight of their judgment, as if they were piling stones on her chest, making each breath a struggle. Desperate to turn things around, Mr. Oza and Ebere sought help everywhere. A church here, a shrine there. Some nights, Ebere would lay beside her husband, tears streaming down her cheeks, each drop a silent prayer, begging for relief. One fateful night, the spark of rebellion ignited within Ebere. She sat up in bed. Tears replaced her fierce resolve. Lord, I have endured enough pain. This is my life, and I will have joy. She removed her clothes, baring her heart and soul to God, pouring out her anguish in supplication. God, please do not forsake me. Please do not forsake me, Lord, she cried. Months passed, and it seemed like an eternity before she met her friend Nkechi, who took her to a tradomedical center. Fearing the worst, Ebere entered with trepidation, but the herbalist's warm smile calmed her nerves. He handed her a bundle of herbs, explaining how they would heal her body. After days of taking the herbs, Ebere began to feel different. The bleeding that had haunted her for so long subsided, like the first light of dawn breaking after a long dark night. Hope slowly crept back into her heart. Ebere returned to the hospital, her breath hitching in her throat. Congratulations, the doctor said, holding the ultrasound screen for them to see. These were two hearts beating vigorously, a perfect pair of twins, nestled in her womb. They were like two stars shining brightly in her universe of turmoil. However, news of Ebere's good fortune reached Mrs. Ozo's ears, and her heart boiled with rage. She rushed to the witch doctor, desperate to learn how she could sabotage her daughter-in-law's happiness. She told the witch doctor that she wants Ebere to carry the pregnancy for 1 year without delivery. As the witch doctor prepared for incantations, a sudden clap of thunder shattered the night, striking down both Mrs. Ozo and the witch doctor. The world seemed to hold its breath, and in that moment of chaos, Ebere felt a surge of warmth washed over her. Revenge was not hers to seek. Weeks later, Ebere cradled her newborn twins in her arms, a boy and a girl. The dedication ceremony was a celebration, vibrant like the colorful fabrics of their culture. My tears have turned into joy, Ebere said, her heart swelling with gratitude. Mr. Ozo placed a gentle hand on her back, a silent acknowledgement of the storms they had weathered together. As friends and family gathered around, Ebere realized that despite all the pain and heartache, love had triumphed. With a heart full of hope, she whispered a prayer of thanks, knowing that no witch doctor could ever extinguish the light of love and resilience. The journey had been long and fraught with agony, yet she emerged like a lotus flower, beautiful, strong, and unyielding. No matter what the storm is, Ebere knew she would stand tall, forever proud of her journey and the beautiful life she now held in her arms.